Hey guys, Cat Demon 43 and back with another episode of Dishonored. Sorry it took so long to get the last episode up. I had some stuff involving with math and finding out my my grade for English, and overall it's a very good grade. I'm very proud of it. But yeah, I'm back with this, and in my edit I realized this. I did not pick up the mystical rat artifact. Got room for one more. So I think I'm gonna do this, because then it could be more of a distraction. Firewater. Alright. So we got a new ability. Got probably more places we can go to, but for now, don't do that. Gonna pull out my heart, and I want to see what people have got to say, but first I gotta remember how to do it.
Deals are made here.
There we go.
Sometimes under the influence of wine, and sometimes the influence is the point of a knife.
If you like, but he won't use it.
Why?
He can't sleep in regular beds anymore, or that's what he says. Says he was in the Navy too long. Can you believe it?
Oh.
That pile of wood out there? It's a hovel he built from an old rowboat. Where does Admiral Havelock find these people, I wonder?
The other servants don't like her.
Why?
Before the sun rises, they toss any casualties into the river. Men or hound, they all go in. Work is never done for the lonely servant.
Because I can hear people's thoughts.
She hides her hands. They are raw and scarred from the washing.
Good day, Master Corvo.
The common woman, she fears the abbey and the plague.
I don't blame her.
They top off the wine with river water, but eventually someone swoons. Then fresh bottles are fetched from the cellars. Their fate rests on your effort, on the strength of your hands, and of your heart. They stood in a circle around the candles and cut their hands to form their alliance. The blood hissed as it touched the flames. He spies on his neighbors and reports to the overseers.
You bitch!
The conspirators have found a safe home here. They take great care that they are not followed. Only after a long day of work will he return to his home and family. He always eats very well, even as his wife and child grow thin.
What?
It is in the common man that the abbey finds its most faithful.
You're a piece of work.
Are you a nobleman, Corvo? No one seems to know much about you. By your bearing, I'd say so. Lord Pendleton's great-grandfather took a Sakonan chambermaid to wife. On second thought, the story doesn't bear repeating. Even the finest blood can go bad here and there.
Oh, you're a piece of work. Anything new?
Lord Pendleton Memoirs, Chapter 27.
Yes.
In my 13th year, the despised stepmother at last departed, and Pendleton Hall was again quiet, although Father had by then sunk into deep depression. It was at this sensitive time that Waverly Boyle first entered my life. She who will be the source of many tender recollections to come.
So I assume that him and Madame Boyle had a pretty good relationship, maybe. At least I hope.
Well, let's get down to it. First off, I know that assassination is dark business. But sometimes, good men have to do bad things to make the world right. Our purpose is clear. We want to restore Her Majesty's line by finding and putting Emily Kaldwin on the throne. To those ends, we'll hide, act in shadow, take them apart, piece by piece.
Okay.
Tonight, High Overseer Campbell dies by your hand. It won't be easy. He's protected by his overseers, an army of religious zealots. But if anyone can do it, you can. Your exploits are legendary. Campbell carries a private journal. Once you've eliminated him, get the journal. because we think it contains Emily's location. Recovering her is obviously critical, assuming she's alive. That's the gist of it. Remember our cause and strike true. We're counting on you.
Okay.
Another thing. Campbell is holding a former overseer by the name of Martin. He's one of us, and if you manage to find him, give him whatever help you can. He's a master strategist, and he got caught working for our cause. It'd be good to have him back here at the Howe Pits.
The ale here is sweet with honey, to hide the taste of river brine. Admiral Havelock has seen more corpses than all the rest put together.
Jeez.
He has killed whales and men for profit and pleasure.
What?
He has the bloodlust. He tried to seize control of the military after the Empress. After she, the Empress, was murdered.
Why was that a stutter there? I'm really starting to think that this heart is the Empress's heart, and so that is her talking.
Look at him. Admiral Havelock grows restless on land. There was a younger brother, and an artist, sensitive, soft, taken at 9 by a fever. Havelock loved him truly. Admiral Havelock has seen more corpses than all the rest put together.
Reading this. The exquisite Tallboy. What you've read here is the truth, regardless of what you will hear from the authorities who rule over us. It is not a matter of confidence. Popcorn kernel stuck in my throat. It is not a matter of coincidence that the former royal spy master is the one who stepped in when the late Empress fell. We, who will remain nameless, believe that these events are interconnected. The signs of oppression are all around us. The Sokolov designs, originally intended to provide light and warmth in our homes, have been turned against us as a means of inspiring fear and controlling our movements through the city. And where did this plague originate? Some say it was imported. A wild theory? Perhaps. One of our members risked her life to obtain an internal report from the government, which we will be printing and sharing soon, called The Exquisite Tallboy, extolling the virtues of this newest member of the City Watch. Those in the streets below these virtues are horrors spread by distilled thugs who rain down fire on the sick and the poor. We were seeing that in the other world. To these eyes, the tall boy is another government bully. Armed with incendiary devices, thickly armored and standing high overhead, looking down at the common people of the city. We now know that the tall boys are heavily drugged, embedding a substance that renders them resistant to pain, but also dulls whatever empathy they might normally possess. Exquisite? We think not. Copy these words and share them with your neighbors, and remember, when the tides are lowest, the truth will be revealed. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get you. Hi.
Oh, Corvo? Corvo. Hello. I'm Callista. I work here for Admiral Havelock. I'm sorry to intrude on your business, but this is important. I suspect you're going to kill the High Overseer. That wretched man. There's really no reason for you to listen to me. But my uncle, Jeff Kernow, still serves as captain in the City Watch. But he's a good man, and my only family. The chatter in servant circles is that Campbell just took delivery of an exotic poison. And I think I know why. My uncle's not corruptible like the rest of them. Campbell is going to poison my uncle. Do you think you could protect him? You used to do that, right? Before you had your current profession. Before you became an assassin.
Yeah, I can do that.
She is Callista Kernow. She has learned to defend herself in this treacherous city.
Anything else?
She and her uncle, the last of the Kernow family, She dreams of freedom, and the decks of whaling ships fast after the beasts of the sea. But alas, she is a woman. Such sadness.
Anything else?
She is Callista Kern.
Nope, that's it.
She has learned to defend herself.
I overheard the
against
Admiral at
treacherous.
breakfast, talking about the Overseers. That's all I heard. And I think it's better if I don't know too much about what you people are doing.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. Gotta go to Samuel, but I want to find where that bone charm is. She's out here. Where's our scientific friend as well? I want to see if I can glean any thoughts from him. I think these are new books I can read. Whale Visitation. No, I've read that one.
What can I do for you?
Oh, no, I don't need anything right now. I wanted to see what you were reading. No, I've already. Okay. Yes, it is.
Each and every night the black-eyed outsider visits upon Piero's dreams.
Oh.
He is Piero Joplin. Even now he visualizes the next invention. Astonishing. I wish you could see it too. Poor Piero. His elixirs have cured so much for so many, but they cannot cure his brain fevers. The youngest ever to pass through the Academy of Natural Sciences. Sokolov will never forgive him that. He has spied upon Callista as she bathes. More than once.
Dude, that is not something you should do.
Each and every night the black-eyed outsider visits upon Piero's dreams.
I will take your key. I will jump up here. I must go over there. Is there more? There might be others, but I
You'll
will...
find my genius is a versatile one. Bring me items of value, I can use the proceeds to build tools for you. Bring me any technology, anything at all.
Cool. I will do that.
Reverse engineer it for our needs.
Up. Alright, let's go get this bone charm. Play your way. Powers. The powers you obtain from runes can be used creatively to defeat enemies or move through the environment. Blink from roof to roof. Possess rats and fish, or slow time before rushing a group of enemies. Ooh, hoo, hoo. I like the possession one. That sounds neat. Okay, I think that was... Oh, optional. Find a rune. Yeah, I did do that. So...
The sober speak in whispers.
Yay.
The drunk bellow.
Okay. Ah! Being attacked.
Samuel Beechworth went to sea to forget a hopeless love. He succeeded.
When you want to set out, just give the word.
Well,
The boatman has a good heart and respects you.
and I respect him. I think he's cool.
Samuel is a simple man, but he knows the River Redhaven and all its tributaries, down to the smallest inlet.
I'm at
He
your
has
service.
many scars, some from the phlegm of the river crests, some from the nameless monsters that
I look forward
perish.
to my adventures with you, sir.
Yeah, same to you, sir. Okay, I want to just look around a bit before I...
Fortunes have been won here,
Yeah, shush.
and lives have been lost.
Okay, so... Things to do. Oh,
Does part of the soul live in the heart? If the heart keeps beating, does that mean that the spirit is never released into oblivion? I can keep a heart beating forever with electricity, but what does that mean for any essence trapped within? It'd be easier if I created these processes in waking hours. I am uneasy pursuing avenues that emanate from my dreaming mind.
I think this is... Yeah, I think it is the Empress. There is a book there. Yeah, I've read that. Okay.
seems to have arrived in good shape. Much better than I expected, given what I've seen of Coldridge Prison. He seems willing to work with us, and he shouldn't lack for motivation. The man has lost everything. We'll judge how he performs in the field. And if I can, I'll find a way to test him personally.
Okay. Can't help but wonder what that means. Another book? Have I read that? Yeah, I think I have. Okay.
Lydia and I trade chores sometimes, and I'm starting to think I never come out ahead. She's a smart one.
Alright. Okay. I realize I could have gone that way, but nah. Someone's got a nice room. Oh, money. Trials of Aptitude. Yeah, I've read that. I should try and keep maybe tabs on what I've read and what I haven't read. The Fugue Feast. I haven't read this. At the end of every year, after the last day of the month of songs, we begin the Fugue Feast. The new year has not started, and thus the time that follows is outside the calendar. A period of celebration and feasting begins, during which the people abandon the very practices that keep them whole and hearty over the year. Many leave their homes, euphoric with spirits and potent herbs. Some paint their faces or wear masks to conceal themselves as they pursue their passions without reservation. When the rite of cosmological signs are observed, and it is time for the calendar to begin anew, the sitting high overseer calls for the hymn of atonement, and the fugue feast ends. Families return to their homes, wives to their husbands, enemies put down their weapons, and fires are extinguished. No complaint is given for those who have wronged others, deviated from ancient codes, or discarded oaths. For this time during the astrological alignment does not exist, and it is not recorded. The following day starts the new year, marked on the first day of the month of Earth, as it has always been. Huh. Interesting. Okay, what's this?
Elementary sums. History of the Isles. Geography of the Isles. The Seven Strictures. Litany of the White Cliff. Sayings of the Overseer. One day we'll get a few new books.
Call of the Spheres, Volume 1. Excerpt from a work of fiction, early chapters. My stomach twists as the engine of old vessel roared louder. It was the creation of Orchado, third perfect from the Academy of Natural Philosophy. He was exhilarated, savoring each of the small craft's undulations. Orchado pulled a lever, and a great gout of smoke surrounded us. The smell of burning whale oil grew unbearable as the machine propelled itself upward. I was too afraid to look through the window, which suddenly didn't feel thick enough. As if knowing my thoughts, Overseer Brian looked at me and smiled. Recite some of the litany, my pupil. It will protect your heart from the turpitude of the void on our way to the outer spheres. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Mysteries of Pandyssia. Mysteries of Pandyssia. At the Academy of Natural Philosophy, they speak of the Pandyssian continent as a place of wonder, where all of life has intertwined and blossomed across aeons, producing a vibrant ecology unrivaled in the civilized world. The overseers from the Abbey of Everyman, by contrast, talk of horror and heresies, of cults, of submen engaged in brutal, perverse rituals. The few who have traveled to the far continent and come back to the Isles, those who have actually touched the soil there, have returned with notes that describe vast deserts, deep jungles, and outlandish creatures that defy belief. Once in a generation, a great effort is mounted to build a colony there, in hopes of this some day growing into a port city to rival Dunwall itself. But to date, these attempts have all ended in madness and failure. Interesting. Okay, let's go do this mission. See how well I do. Okay, no, I don't have any room for that. But I have room for this. He has a rune bone. Okay, wasn't expecting that. And I will take this. Okay, rewire tool. Disable security devices to make them work in your favor by using a rewire tool to the circuitry panel of the security device you want to hack. This consumes the rewire tool. Okay. Rewired walls of light, arc pylons, and watch towers will harm your enemies instead of you, while rewired alarms will be fully disabled. Okay. I'll grab 5. And oh, I only have enough for 10, so maybe I can get some in the future. And nearly on any surface. Yeah, I didn't... Oh, okay, I don't want to use that, but good to know. SPRINGRAZOR trap can be attached to any surface by aiming at it and pressing LT. It will be triggered as an enemy approaches it, throwing up a cloud of shrapnel. Ugh, that's a... Yeah, I'm not gonna use that, I don't think. No, put away. Oh right, got a bone charm. Powers. But I've got 2 runes. I can hold off. I want to get the possession one. That looks cool. So I'm gonna hold off on that. And I've got 2. Just need 1 more. And I'll not be using you. Okay, Samuel, let's go.
Ready to go? Just give the signal.
Yeah, let's go. Put on my mask. Go kick some butt. Okay. High Overseer Campbell leads the city's militant religious faction and is a close ally to the Lord Regent. Campbell is completely corrupt and holds the secret to Emily's location. Infiltrate the office of the High Overseer, steal Campbell's journal, and eliminate him as an ally to the Loyalists. Martin is being held there. Free him and allow him to escape. I intend to do that. I hope I do it well.
It'll be a rough trip. Used to be to go straight up Clavering Boulevard, but now it's not so easy.
I imagine.
The city's dead of the plague. The other half's fighting over what's left. City Watch still holds the bigger streets, and they've set up those wall of light checkpoints. A man walks through one of those, and he ends up burned to a crisp. Everything not controlled by the City Watch is gang territory. There are the real odd birds living on the fringes, like that Granny Rags. They say she's nuts.
Probably gonna meet her.
Which is worse? Just take your pick.
There's probably a whole lot of things that are worse. Oh, hey, food. I'll take that.
If If you decide to go up Claffering, don't let the guards spot you.
Optional. Granny right. Ooh, I want to check my objectives. So I got optional stuff here. I'm use the Bottle Street alleys to get around the walls of light. Yeah, I think I'll do that. That makes the most sense to me. Oh, what's this? Arthur's note. Dearest Gwen, the city is going to burn. I've sold everything, so there's nothing for me now except you. I'll wait for you where Clavering Boulevard crumbles into the river, where we used to meet. We'll take the money I've made and bribe our way onto a passing whale ship. I won't leave without you. And if you won't come, I'd rather be rat food. Love, Arthur. Jesus.
How did it pass me by?
What is it?
All the others.
I think that last one was moving. What? Yeah, the little one. Phil.
Not possible. I inspected them myself. Keep working.
Somebody ain't moving no more. One, two, three.
Good. Keep them coming.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. The following businesses have been closed and impounded by the state due to contamination. Barrow's Barbershop and Surgery, the Duke and Dancer Ale House, Merritt's Printing Firm, Pennyworth's Tack and Saddle Emporium, and the Smoke Street Dice Hall.
One. One, two, three, heave!
Good. Keep them coming. Someone help me out.
Oh, God damn it.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. This is a special announcement from our Honorable Lord Regent.
This is the Lord Regent speaking. It is with regret that I announce that my term as Lord Regent has been extended through the month of harvest and potentially beyond. In addition, in this continuing crisis, the overseers of the Abbey of the Everyman remain in service to the state and are empowered to enforce order whenever and wherever necessary. We owe our thanks to High Overseer Campbell for the generous loan of their services.
All these rats crawling all over everything.
I think the little birdies are sad today.
If the city's dead, we'll make it 3 more months.
Okay.
I told you the knives go on the left. They've always gone on the left. You never listen. Granny, 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 come out. Dear? Is that you, my dear husband? My eyes aren't what they used to be. Have you seen my little birdies? The dear things must be starving without their granny.
Mm-hmm.
Here, birdies. Here. Oh, my. I think I have gentlemen callers again, but not the way I used to, not the nice ones. I hear them, and they're not very polite ones either. Granny Rags, let us in. Oh, well, they'll go away again if they know what's good for them. But what a bother. Here's the key to the front door, love. You'll see to those ruffians, won't you?
Sure. I'll take care of that for you.
I told you the knives go on the left. They...
You've been digging for 80 years. Must have found something. Hear that, Granny?
I told you the knives go on.
Okay, well, I think I can knock them out. I'm gonna do that, because I have a feeling they're part of the Bottle Street gang.
Open up, huh? Ah. Come on, let's get this guy.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Please. I'll stick you. You fight for shit.
Oh. There we go. You killed your own guys. Conscious. Thug. Thug. I suck at this. I suck at this so hard. It's been a while since I played, so I'm so out of practice. Ugh.
Oh, my dear. I knew you'd help me with those ill-mannered boys. My brave man. Listen, Granny has a birthday present for you.
Oh?
I got it from the outsider, and now I'm giving it to you. Go on. It's upstairs. On the vanity. I think you'll cut a nice figure with it. Remember how we used to dance? Our parties were even grander than those at the Boyle Manor. Everyone wanted to come.
I don't know why, but something with what's going on for Granny Rags just makes me feel kind of sad.
If I was a birdie, I'd want to eat that. Yes, I would.
Okay. Everything's so dark.
I think the little birdies are sad today.
Ah.
I hope you like the little gift I got for you.
Whoa.
It's the least I could do for turning those louts away. I can't bear these Bottle Street children. Ruffians, every last one of them. Rotten apples. And that slack-jawed is the worst of the lot. You know what I just thought of? You could do something else for me. Another little favor.
Okay.
And I'd give you another present. Another lovely rune carved from the bones of a dead whale. Do you remember my doctor, dear? Dr. Galvani? Now there was a clever man. He's got all sorts of nasty rat guts and disease in his laboratory. Wouldn't it be a shame if some of that mess found its way into the Bottle Street gang's elixir still? That'd teach 'em. See to it, dear. I'll find you another present just like the first. Galvani lives on Clavering Boulevard, or at least he used to. Those were the days. Now run off. My baby birdies are hungry. So precious.
Okay. That's a thing.
But they're shy. You'll have to go, or they won't come.
I need to find...
Oh no, that's not a nice thing. Just garbage. Garbage, garbage,
Oh.
garbage, all of it.
I can't go up there. Okay. Man, Granny Rags, your place is dark.
Close the door.
Granny, 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 come out with me instead. Granny, Granny, Granny.
Okay. Hi.
Be careful, Corvo. They call her Granny Rags. You wouldn't recognize her real name, or even the name of her family, but an emperor begged for her hand once, and rich young men fought each other for her favor. I watched her consider them all, measure their worth, and find them wanting. Then, she made a different choice. You're on your way to face the High Overseer, the leader of a great cult dedicated to loathing me. What will you do, I wonder?
Just because you're dead.
Good question. I'm not sure.
Out.
Can I now do it? Yes, I can now. Do possession. Press L2 to physically merge with an animal's body for a limited time. You can end possession by pressing LT again. If your host were to die, you would endure the same fate. Oh geez, okay. Small animals can't survive the possession process. Level 2, you can also possess people. While inside another human body, you are too clumsy to do anything but basic actions like opening doors or carrying objects. Okay, cool. Death of the Month of Songs. This is another song. Corpse. I think I'm also just gonna
Come just a little I'm trapped. Anyone there? I owe you, brother.
Hi.
I want to ask about the mask. I wouldn't want my face seen either, pulling a stunt like that. You know what? I'll return the favor. Come by Griff's shop. That's my business. Well, it was at one time, but now I'm reduced to scavenging things from here and there as the city dies. If you need anything, I wouldn't mind trading for a little money.
Okay.
Maybe someday the plague will blow over and everything will go back to normal. But until then, it's scavenging for me.
Cool. Thanks.
Don't worry. Those Bottle Street boys had no idea where I keep the best loot. So come by when you can.
Yeah. Mother's Journal. 8th entry. It's the 4th day of the month of rain. Morris is sick, and so are the children. I have waited it thus far, which is good fortune. Still, it has fallen to me to care for them. 9th entry. The city watch comes and goes, knocking on doors and asking for signs of plague. Even our neighbors cannot be trusted. Earlier, it was difficult to keep the children quiet. Now they sleep most of the time. The flies have set in. I try to keep them away, but I can barely get close. They sting so. Most of them, Morris won't answer me when I try to talk to him from across the room. Morris is gone. I don't know what I'll do. For now, all my hope is to reserved for the children, leaving the flat for a while near dawn. I found some plague bags from a guard booth while no one was around. It took a while, but I got Morris into one of the bags. At least his face is covered. Young Robert has passed. The star of my sky is gone. Page missing, and then 17th entry. Elise stopped breathing in the middle of the night. She was such a headstrong girl. I can hardly believe she was overcome. She was always near as I cut up a hagfish or vegetables, arguing with me about everything. It is the 4th day of the month of wind. It is settled in that they are lost to me, all of them. I cannot bring myself to call the dead counter. I have the fever now. No guards come near anymore. Oh, that's awful. Oh, that's sad. Timeless children's rhyme. I'm gonna read that. Oh, that's him. Okay. Hi. Glad you're okay.
Want to look at some of the things I found? Good prices, I swear.
Sure. Let's see what you got. I will take one of those. Ooh, blueprint. Give me that. Collect blueprints to unlock a new upgrades and equipment in Pierre's workshop and the Hound Pit's pub. Alright. Give me those. Alright. I'm broke. Cannot be opened at this time. Okay. Oh! Bolts. Okay, cool. Oh. I'm dumb. Bone charms. Bone charms are a sailor's blessing, they say. The carving itself is a practice from long back. Passed from father to son, old man Salt to Greenhorn, still getting his sea legs beneath him. In the old times, men cut into the tusks of ice, seals, and into the arm-long fangs of bears that roamed the isles north of Tivia. Once the whale trade began, the prospectors went to engraving the bones of those great beasts, rendering charms that sing in the night and grant some small boon to a man's vigor or defense against pregnancy. Neat. How does that work against pregnancy, though? Curious. Oh, there's a dead guy here. Okay, that's all that was here. Put it away.
It's just ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague. Elixir. Bunch of crap.
Damn it. Why do I keep doing that? Well, you're going over here, my friend. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to kill you.
No.
Giovanni's offices? Sure, there might be stuff. Oh shit, I'm literally... Oh, God.
Assassin, help! Hey, watch it. Take that. Aha! Where'd it go? Just die.
Third structure. Restrict the ruthless hands which quickly becomes the workmates of the outsider. Unfettered by honest labor, they rush to sordid gain, vain pursuits, and deeds of violence. Of which value are the hands that steal and kill and destroy. Instead, put your hands to the plow, the fork, and the spade. For even the lowest labor that is rigorous squeezes the muscles as a spring, rising impurities from the mind and body. Avoiding the rat plague. Oh, the fish. Okay. Much of the public has still harbors false beliefs related to the plague. It is not true that the bile from river crusts will protect against the contraction of the disease. Nor is it true that crushed Morley orchids act as a remedy. Though it's speculated that both of these ingredients are used in both Sokolov's elixir and Piero's remedy. Consumption of these products before exposure to the plague consists the only known means of resisting the disease. Further, the Abbey of Everyman warns against superstitious practices. Not only is it ineffective to burn 2 hagfish and a cat together, what the hell, inhaling the vapors while chanting the names of the plague dead, but it is also considered heresy by the overseers and will be met with the full measure of the Abbey's laws. Tell your neighbors and practice these things yourself. Avoid contact with the infected. Consume your ration of elixir daily, preferably in the morning, and report anyone suspected of carrying the plague. Everyone must work together to stop the spread of the dreaded contagion. Okay. Sorry for killing one of your guys. Well, those guys are done anyway. Yep, oh my god. I'm gonna be eaten. I'm very sorry. Customs and food for Morley. Born and raised in Bristol, I spent my formative years in smaller cities before settling in magnificent Dunwall. There, the capital city, I learned to appreciate the finer things. When the opportunity arose, by document my travels to Serconus, Tivian, and finally Morley. I left my position as a clerk for the late Lord Estermalt. Perhaps, like so many in Dunwall, I suffer from being excessively cluttered, but I found Morley disappointing. Over the course of this journal, I will explain why I found the Festival of Turners to be tiresome, despite the high banners, bare feet, and red robes, and why their renowned jeweled ox tongue is something I will be staggering to forget for many years to come. What? I guess I could have used them as my way of distracting. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Eh. Oh, god damn it. Up the stairs, up the stairs, up the stairs.
Wait, did you touch the door handle to Dr. Galvani's lab?
Yeah, I think so.
Then you have to scrub. The rats get their vital essences everywhere, the doctor said.
Vital.
Oh no! Please help me! Help!
Dr. Galvani's journal. I've been invited to a soiree by the Boyle estate. Of course I won't attend. The 28th day of the 7th month, the month of high cold, is the day I met at Anton Sokolov at the academy. Why would I tarnish the anniversary of the most important day of my life by licking aristocratic boots? Aristocratic boots. I have no time for fools. I will be solving the riddle of this plague. Perhaps I will raise a cup of Tivian wine. Travels to PANDYSSIA. The men I set out are good sailors. No doubt half of them have cut their teeth on the real rascally pirate ships spawned by the Serconon archipelago. Or they were, I should say. Half of them died before we sighted the broken red cliffs, welcoming those who would visit the far continent, as far as it's called. Sickness, infighting, poisoned by a school, or one would say a flock of small fish that fly over the waves like birds, landing in the hundreds across the deck, pecking at any they touched with toxic quills, to thrown overboard by gushing demon winds, the quiet Tavian navigator simply dead in his bunk, wrapped in his white furs, eyes wide with terror. Few have crossed the ocean, and the distance to Pandyssia is greater than most would imagine. More died climbing the cliffs, and now with but a handful I stand looking across the greatest expanse of land that exists. My allies are frightened, for this is beyond them, and now their captain is dead too, stung by something that resembled a Perrier mole, but reacted with great apocalyptic outrage when handled. So it falls to me to lead them. Cleaning instructions. Dear Miss Benton, when cleaning my study, I ask that you constrain your efforts strictly to the floors. Please, at all costs, refrain from attempting to clean or arrange my bookshelf. In fact, it would be best to keep away from it altogether. Otherwise, I'll have to reconsider the terms of your employment. Regards, Dr. Giovanni. P.S. Since I'll be out of the city for a few days, I left next week's pay as well. The bank was closed, so I'm afraid it's short by half. You can count on me for the remainder of next week, of course. Okay, so he doesn't seem like a bad dude. I will put you somewhere safe that the rats won't eat you. 287. That must mean there is a thing I can get. Oh. Galvani Academy notice. Galvani, the latest case should arrive within a week, containing all the components you need. Be careful with the white phosphorus. Can't have you getting phossy jaw like the tanners at the edge of the city, poor bastards. Sorry you have to practice in secret. The vivisection should be celebrated, revered even. Cutting up rats should be done in the town square with a crowd of eager students taking notes, not in some dirty little secret room hidden behind a wall of books. Anyway, lucky for you to have an old friend who never left the academy. Let me know what else you need, but remember, it might be a month before I can put together another shipment. Yours and acknowledged, Artemis Moore, procurement clerk of Pussin Academy of Natural Philosophy, South Wing. P.S. Next time you're nearby, come in for an afternoon. We've stayed fairly insulated for this plague since so few come and go here. We've got quite the nice stock of Tivian brandy. So, cool.
Obviously, the plague rat is distinct from the ordinary rat, but in what respect? Its size and the coarseness of its fur, and I believe in intelligence, although the experiments there are not complete. Coriander's Zoological Survey describes only the ordinary rat, which means plague rats have only been here for 5 or 7 years at most. This was not a gradual migration. Could they have been introduced on purpose? Perhaps by a foreign power.
Huh. Okay. Rat behavior and extermination method. Used to be you'd go out with a bag, a stick with a nail on the end, and catch as many rats as you could in the night. City Watch paid by weight. My husband Benjamin and I mostly worked alone, and we got by. If we found a place where the rats were real bad, sometimes we'd hire a crew of street brats to work with us, the younger ones who didn't make trouble. We'd pay them with bread and apple cider. Once the plague came, the rats were different, meaner, bigger, and a little quicker. You have to watch yourself. If you got cornered, they'd turn into a swarm and would come back at you. I barely got away with my skin a few times. Down in the sewers, the bites hurt afterwards, but it was the sound they made that stayed in your dreams at night. It got more dangerous as the City Watch started paying better. But that didn't last long, because after a while too many people had been stripped clean, trying to fill up in a bag. One slip and they'd be all over you, gnawing and trying to chew you down to the bone. That's how I lost my poor Benji. Oh, that's sad. Now there's that door. Oh, nope. I'm staying. Okay, this is clearly a bathroom. Leviathan's Sorrow. Little is known of Pakotati, credited with the series of pamphlets arguing against the whaling trade. While he is gifted, his views are nonsense and threatening the economic underpinnings of the empire. One, enslavement on the breeding and husbanding of whales. Husbanding? The breeding and husbanding of whales versus hunting the beasts in the wild after a natural and free life cycle. Pakotati offers no solutions for where these massive, malevolent creatures might be pastured. 2. Dissolution laments on the destruction of social bonds between herd members. Pakotati actually uses the term families. 3. Harmony. Drivel on the aesthetic wonder of what it is. In reality, the great and terrible ocean that ever threatens to swallow us includes arguments on the gentle nature of the brutes, on notion refuted by seamen who return to shore, wide-eyed with tales of the whale's savagery. 4. Disruption. Here Pakotati has one weakness. Footing, issuing up feverish warnings against the displacement and transference of natural beasts from their native environments. Well, yeah, that's something that's very true to this day. We cannot be doing that because, it screws up our own environment, our own ecosystem, all that stuff. I thought I saw something glowy. Huh. Cool. Secret room. I will take that. I might not use it, but we'll see. All the money. Sewer capacity in the month of Nets. It's been every year that we work like men gone mad during the month of Nets. I don't hardly see my family. It's bad enough that the work is clogging with the trash from the catch, pieces of crates and nets, but the water smells of hagfish guts too. We got to get it done before the month of rain, or you know what. It ain't like we got help from those pricks in civil engineering either. Been at this job for nigh on 28 years, and I never seen one of 'em come below except to measure will it hold when they got putting up on their fancy new bridges. Oh my gosh, I can't read. So these last 3 years have been the worst, and here's why. It's the river crests, moving into works. We hear a man ahead yell and scream like he's burning up. And we all climb up fast. No other choice. Jesus. Okay, so 287. I imagine that's for some kind of vault. Question is, where is said vault? Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna leave that here. I did not do a very good job, but I am trying to be better. Emphasis on the trying. Not the greatest in the world, but hey, what do you want? When you're not that good at doing this kind of thing. Ooh, spin. So yeah, anyway guys, I hope you enjoy this episode, even though I fumble a lot and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful night, day, week, whenever, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys.